Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and I hope you're enjoying my videos. This particular video is about contouring of arms and liposuction of arms. So I'm going to talk about how to do the marking for the arms and what kind of anesthesia, the infiltration technique for liposuction, step-by-step method of doing deep liposuction, medium liposuction and superficial liposuction. I've done the marking for this patient. I'm going to do the underarms or the axillary region where there is this bulge, then the posterior arm, the lateral part of the arm and part of the anterior arm. So I've made a small stab incision just above the elbow region. Be aware of the ulnar nerve. My second incision is in the axillary region, which will allow me to do both the arms and the axilla. But I am also going to make a dependent incision underneath the axilla because I want the fluid to drain out postoperatively for a better skin retraction. So this is purely under local anesthesia with mild sedation. So I'm just gently infiltrating with a cocktail of solution which has 1 liter of normal saline, 50 ml of 2% plain lidocaine and 1.5 ml adrenaline. So as I advance, I infiltrate so that area becomes numb and then I advance further. You do not use a withdrawal technique in a patient who is fully awake or partially awake. So you anesthetize the zone and then you advance and you anesthetize further. I'm infiltrating medium and deep layer first, so that's easier to infiltrate and less painful. So first you infiltrate all the perimeter of the arm, so that kind of gives a nerve block in the central and makes it easy to anesthetize the central part. I've also used an incision for this particular patient on the lateral arm in the dependent area. These incisions are planned not only for access of all the zones but also for post-operative drainage that allows better skin retraction. So here I am infiltrating the posterior part of the arm and will infiltrate right across the posterior axillary fold. So the first stage of infiltration is inject and advance until you have infiltrated all the zones. I am using the axillary incision to again inject the upper part of the arm. This is usually a tough area, fibrofatty area, so you need to advance very slowly. You have to be careful that you remain in the deeper layer in the beginning, medium and deep, but yet not penetrating the muscle layer. So as you can see, it's a bit tough fibrous area. It is difficult to infiltrate, but taking your own time and slowing and going slow will allow you to infiltrate and anesthetize this difficult area of the upper arm. You can also use the same incision to inject the middle and the lower part of the arm, particularly lateral and the posterior region. So I will be infiltrating about 300 ml in this area in the medium and the deep layer that will allow the superficial layer to be anesthetized. After medium infiltration, I will reinforce my drawing. So I'm marking the deltoid region, then the long head of the triceps and the lateral head of the triceps. So I will plan my contouring in such a way that I will do some medium and superficial liposuction in some areas, whereas just some medial liposuction in other areas. Then I will continue infiltrating in superficial layer. This is very important to infiltrate in the superficial layer for a good superficial liposuction that allows a good skin retraction. At this point I'm injecting the underarms or the infra-axillary region where there is this bulge. You have to be careful of the danger zone which is in the axillary zone, so you will not cross the axillary zone while doing the posterior axillary fold and the infra-axillary bulge. So the infiltration is usually again medium, deep and superficial layer. So the total infiltration I've used is about 650 ml in the arms and about 150 ml in the underarms. There is a little fold in the infra-axillary area, so I need to break the adhesions and the fold for a better skin draping. So I'm using 2 incisions to infiltrate this region, one from the axillary region and the other one subaxillary region or underneath the axillary fold. Finally, I will be infiltrating the anterior axillary region, particularly the subaxillary fold or where there is tail of breast. So there is another incision made right at the border of the anterior axillary fold. At this point I am doing superficial infiltration for the arm. I will be performing laser assisted liposuction. I am using 1440 nanometer laser here. This allows a good tissue dissection in the subdermal plane. So the goal of using this laser is to have a uniform subdermal dissection of the dermis from the subcutaneous tissue. And then it also produces enough heat to cause skin contraction. But to be able to produce that heat for skin contraction, you need about a good 3000 to 3500 joules to be delivered in this part of the arm. Laser assisted lipolysis is a slow process, but it's very effective in patient, particularly under local anesthesia. 1440 nanometer laser is not so much for lipolysis as it is for skin contraction. So it's a slow process and takes a good 15 to 20 minutes to deliver 3000 joules of energy into the arm. But you can see the patient is very comfortable under local anesthesia with mild sedation. A good infiltration helps to make the procedure comfortable for the patient. Now you have to be very careful when you are advancing the laser fiber because it does have tissue cutting effect, so there is a risk of penetration of the dermis and eventually also to epidermis if you are not very careful. So it needs to be a very gentle movement. and you usually have a popping feeling while you're advancing the laser, as well as some popping sound. So after finishing the lateral arm, I will then proceed towards the posterior arm using the other incision above the elbow region. You have to be careful here of the ulnar nerve, which is quite deep, but because it's a cutting energy of the laser, it could injure the ulnar nerve if you're not very careful. Same thing, I'm doing subdermal dissection with the laser. Then I will use the axillary incision to cross dissect the skin. So using the posterior incision, then I will do cross dissection, and after 15 to 20 minutes of lasering the whole arm zone, then I will proceed with liposuction. So I'm starting the liposuction using a 3 mm Mercedes cannula, very gently, uniformly. I always prefer to start the medium layer first. And to me, it is like dissecting a flap. If you're uniform, you have less risk of lumpiness or unevenness. And you see, my movements are very slow and gentle. And once I have got the tunnels in place, then I increase the speed of my suction. Usually the posterior arms, you can go a bit faster because it's a safer zone, and this is the zone where you want to empty the fat completely. Of course, you have to be careful that you do not enter the axillary region, and also not to enter the deeper plane, because below the superficial fascia there are a lot of lymphatics and it's very easy to enter intermuscular plane. So if you are in the right plane, you will have a gritty feeling. As long as you have a gritty feeling, you are in the right plane. The moment you lose that gritty feeling and it feels very soft and smooth, you are in the wrong plane. My other hand allows to identify the location of the fat and guide the cannula. My marking is also geographical. So the innermost circle indicates the maximum area of liposuction, and as the circles concentrically grow outside, there is less of liposuction and more of feathering. Then I'm using the axillary incision to cross tunnel. So after working over the deltoid region, then I will work between the deltoid and the triceps. So I know over the deltoid I'll do less of liposuction, and posterior to the deltoid I'll do more liposuction. Now I'm analyzing the residual fat area. It is not a good idea to thin the arm significantly because it may lead to imbalance between the arm and the forearm. As the patient gains weight, the patient gains more fat in the forearm than in the arm. So you have to make sure that the arm is more cylindrical and proportionate to the forearm. I'm doing superficial liposuction for better skin contraction, but making sure that it's a uniform fanning technique I'm using. Now this is the posterior axillary fold region where you can do significant liposuction that will allow the skin to shrink and lift the arm. My other hand is gripping the fat, and I ensure that my cannula is in between my finger. I'm using 4 mm cannula, Mercedes cannula at this point. Once I've done the upper arm, then I will proceed doing the lower arm. Now lower arm you can thin down significantly, but again minding the proportion with the forearm. Now this is the area where the ulnar nerve is located deep, so you have to be careful. So this is the skin that I'm expecting to contract afterwards. So after analysis, then I go back again and do some superficial liposuction using 3 mm cannula. And at the same time, if the patient demands etching or patient has a good muscular framework, you can do some etching in between the muscle groups. Because the patient is in lying down position, you have to simulate the position in different angles to ensure that you have removed all the fat that you need to remove. If you do not simulate, you may find surprise next day when the patient is sitting up or standing. A gentle movement with your palm allows you to identify for any lumpiness or unevenness that you can address at this stage. So now you can see some contour between the deltoid and the triceps. Now I'm going to move towards the axillary region. So I'm doing the liposuction of the infraaxillary region. You need to use short strokes and ensure that you do not enter the axilla at any time. So I'm using both the incisions now, the axillary and the infraaxillary incision. And the plane of liposuction is medium and superficial. Superficial is important to allow the skin to shrink. Often in this region, the compression is ineffective and the patient may have residual skin sagging that you need to warn the patient. You can though use foam to enhance compression in this region along with the pressure garment. At the end, once I've done the medium and superficial, I do some deep liposuction as well. But it becomes easy after superficial liposuction, so you can pinch the skin off and correctly identify the deep plane of fat. During this procedure, you need very active assistance by your assistant who would then stabilize the arm in different position that you want, so you can focus on reaching out the areas you want to do liposuction. I'm doing the deep liposuction after pinching off the skin. This is more superficial liposuction. I could identify some lumps of fat that I'm pinching with my other hand. Now I'm doing the anterior axillary fold using the anterior axillary incision. Again, I'm in the infra-axillary region. Although often there is an axillary pad of fat, you need to be careful that you don't enter that pad of fat. So I'm actually using 3 incisions to address the infra-axillary region. That gives me the safety margin, effective cross tunneling, and good drainage post-operatively. So I've almost completed the arm now, and also the infra-axillary region. I can see the muscle now. I expect that skin to shrink and contract with post-operative compression garment, and I would put the patient on exercise to build up more deltoid and lateral triceps, lateral head of triceps and long head of triceps. Now this is the other side of liposuction that I am doing. But important in the arm is to maintain symmetry. So it is very important to measure what is injected in each zone of the arm and the underarm, how much of laser you are doing on each side and how much of suction you are doing on each side. Then you need to simulate the arm position to see symmetry in different positions. If it's a minor liposuction, you could even, without a sedation, you could even ask the patient to sit up to see for symmetry. Because one of the most disappointing thing is to have asymmetry post-operatively, which you have to again go back and address that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is basically to explain to you how a liposuction can be made easy and simple, and it can be performed under local anesthesia by the right infiltration method. And when you're doing the liposuction, ensure that there is a uniform result, and the bottom line is to keep it safe, simple, and effective for the patient.